Greetings. We are sending out a Power of Next welcome as we bomaqtalk our latest resource, the Universal Language of Asset Lifecycle Management. It is the latest addition to the Universal Language Management series. As an African American woman business owner, this particular book serves as one of the most valued. It steps you through how we create and retain our value proposition at our firm. I know a few of you were wondering about that. We want to share how we are intentional about not just working hard, being smart about our work. I'm Tanisha Bocali, Managing Partner of Urbanetectonics, LLC. I'm your humble host bringing these bomaqtalk 2018 sessions to owners, managers, and administrators who have management problems and are seeking viable management solutions. We provide detailed information to 12 industries in the format of web links, videos, podcasts, and other resources available at our website, online sources, and/or on our social media pages. This is all brought to you based on our commitment to build a database of media that educates potential clients, owners, managers, and administrators on efficient and effective management systems and tools. Client interests made it apparent that future clients, owners, managers, and administrators could benefit from having a support group, open discussion, and resources dedicated to pre-planning and implementing quality management solutions. As always, we would like to thank our sponsor, Urbanetectonics LLC, fitting the bill for the event, activity, person, and division financially. Let's listen in to this excerpt of the Universal Language of Asset Lifecycle Management. So many things, what to value? As an owner, a manager, or an administrator, there are a number of things we must manage. In the midst of so many things, the question becomes what to value. Having a method to assess what to value would be very helpful. At least I think so. It is the responsibility of the owner, manager, or administrator to decide what things they will deem important to building value for their business or company brand. Branding can be blanketed as a buzzword, often used like marketing and multimedia. A brand recognized has value, assisted with the consistency of a graphic image, slogan, colors, service, differentiation, and experience. So how do we identify an asset in confidence? It seems logical to start from the beginning. What is an asset? An asset is an object, person, or characteristic that is considered useful and valuable. It can be goods, belongings, holdings, or other types of resources. Intangible assets are not physical in nature, so you may have missed some great opportunities if you weren't specific about creating, protecting, and fostering their value. They can be generated internally and or externally. There are different types of intangible assets with various representations and calculated value. Enlist the assistance of legal support that specializes in intellectual property to begin your portfolio of intangible assets. Under the category artistically driven, we have listed, but not limited to, literary works, authorship, forms, manuals, books, copyrights, etc., creative works, ownership, names, logos, trademarks, service marks, content, branding materials, surface design, design composition, etc. Under the category data-driven, we have listed but not limited to technology works, contracts, agreements, alliances, historical data, process procedurals, infrastructure, management systems, business plans, domains, keywords, etc. Listed under the category for socially driven but not limited to customer work. These are customer lists by industry, per location, loyalty, frequency, reputation, credibility, brand recognition, and longevity, etc. Under the category Research and Development Driven, we have listed but not limited to intellectual knowledge work. That's credentials, licenses, degrees, certificates, certifications, training, new products, new services, new formulas, innovative ideas, prototypes, novelties, etc. Intellectual capital work, royalties, licensing, patents, receivables, goodwill, etc. Chapter 3, Kick the Tire, Tangible Assets. Over the years, I have been known to purge my physical trappings to travel to a new adventure. I would usually gift my things to family, friends, and the church. It was easy for me to give them away. I have been so fortunate over the years that I always felt I could acquire more things, whether it was a vehicle, furniture, equipment, or something else. I didn't want things to stop me from having a new life experience. So I would acquire, then shed. It was a cycle. In management consulting, there isn't a real need operationally for a tremendous amount of objects or non-objects. With a good hardware device and software application, one can enter the management consulting industry with low cost and pretty seamlessly. Tangible assets have a physical form that you can see and assess its market value. Items are categorized in our tangible asset portfolio into two categories, objects or non-objects. Under the category Objects, we have listed but not limited to furniture, fixtures, equipment, machinery, etc., hardware, software, technology, etc., inventory, products, etc., land, buildings, vehicles, etc. Non-objects, stock, revenue, cash, etc. Chapter 4, Asset Life Cycle Management, Acquisition. When we plan to create or to acquire an asset, we conduct research on the cost, the characteristics, the risks, the maintenance costs, the storage requirements, the supply costs, the return on the investment, the payback period, and the reviews associated with the asset. We look at the potential longevity, the growth potential, and the overall impact of the asset. We look at each asset collectively and individually, selecting good, better, and best options and case scenario. Once a decision has been made that a certain asset is favorable to our business, we seek to create or to acquire that asset. We proceed with the procurement, transaction, creation, where applicable, whatever it takes to receive the asset. Complete acquisition means to us that we own or have a controlling interest in that asset. We have the right to say what happens over the life cycle of the asset. Chapter 5, Asset Lifecycle Management, Continued Use. Once we have control of an asset, we enter the asset in a construct that records, tracks, stores, monitors, and maintains the asset. Depending on what the asset is, its continued use requirements may require digital or physical storage, subjective or literal maintenance, record of impact on sales or actual sales, software or hardware updates, etc. These types of requirements are not a surprise, but were identified in our research phase. There may be some factors that may arise over the course of continued use. These factors or issues should also be documented for future review. It is only through the use of the asset over time that you are able to assess its continued value. We have confidence in the assets we create and acquire and that we use them in our daily operations. Our services encompass all that we use to carry our projects and different types of work. If it works for us, we pass it on to our client base. If it doesn't work with us, we try to figure out why it doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit for us, doesn't mean it doesn't work. We try to identify what the problem is and whether or not we are in the position to fix it or to match it with a different type of situation. Chapter 6, Asset Lifecycle Management, Disposal. When considering the retirement of an asset, we consider the funding, depreciation, amortization, appreciation, relevance, continued use, and method of exit of the asset. During the continued use of an asset, it should be expected that some assets will increase in value, some assets will decrease in value, some assets will lose relevance, and some assets will need to be discarded. Chapter 7, Management Systems, the Smart Biz Facts. We encourage owners, managers, and administrators to take the initiative in building the kind of constructs that have the means to track their key metrics, progress, and success rate. The Smart Biz Facts enables buyers and sellers in navigating the risk of a business with unknown and costly problems. It helps them to stay in the know about how their business stacks up and where the value is. This is a one-of-a-kind service providing a means to gather business historical information for buyers and sellers of existing businesses. This business history database can impact a consumer's decision about a purchase, so it proves to be a valued asset to any owner, manager, or administrator. There are several additional factors that will impact the valuation of your business. Some of those factors include, but are not limited to, the strength and credentials of your human capital, the positioning of your business in its industry, the method used to calculate the valuation, the use of intangible assets, and the acquisition of tangible assets. Purchase the book. You'll be able to step by step go through those listed items, which are which carry too much detail to actually go through here. So buy the book and go to chapter 8 and go through those listed items and list your particular answer to each one of those factors. Chapter 9, work smarter, not harder. What's important? There's a shifting from financial base to knowledge base, from the desire to hoard things to the desire for an improved quality of life, from the tangible to the intangible, etc. What you value, your mission, and your vision encompasses what is important to you as an owner, manager, or administrator. When we considered business ownership, we felt it was the smart solution. The answers to why do I want to own a business were that I wanted to leave an inheritance to the next generation. I wanted to provide job opportunities. I wanted to do what I love and enjoy, and I wanted to have sustainable financial comfort. We envisioned our firm owning our own income generating property where we would office. My life plan had me retiring at 40 years old, which didn't happen. As a matter of fact, a lot of what I planned when I started in business over 14 years ago changed and evolved unexpectedly along the way. I'm grateful for it now. We have learned how to work smarter, not harder. What we have found, we are eager to share with other owners, managers, and administrators through our podcasts, videos, books, service, and products. Thank you for lending your ear to us for this 2018 session of bomaqtalk on the universal language of asset lifecycle management. That's right, we're talking about it and we want you to talk about it too. We surely appreciate your support. Urbanetectonics LLC is an umbrella for management consulting service in our vertically integrated divisions. We serve owners, managers, and administrators with a custom package of viable management solutions specific to their express management problems. Send someone else the link to this information and help us grow our listeners. Go to www.urbanetectnumber2.com. Click Multimedia to listen to this podcast and to connect with other resources for owners, managers, and administrators. So what's next?